get the attention of one of our STAs out there. They'll grab you a pair as quickly as they can. So once again, if you do not have a pair of 3D glasses, raise your hands up nice and high right now. All right, I'm not seeing any hands up, so that's a good sign. You guys came prepared. Nice. All right, guys, looks like they're finishing up closing those gates. Just make sure the gates haven't come down yet to watch your arms and legs as they do. And once we get the gates closed, the thumbs up, and the all clear, we're going to head out of here and explore one of the largest and busiest movie studios in the world. So have those cameras out and ready. You never know what or who we might see out there.
Toured so many times since I was a kid, and I just love it every time.
The first time I ever went on the Universal lot, we did the tour.
I grew up in Los Angeles, and that was like the place to go and see Jaws.
I got my introduction to Universal Studios through the tour, and so then to be in the movies and seeing the trams drive by, it's very overwhelming.
One of the coolest things actually about shooting for Universal is sometimes you get to shoot on the lot, and then you look over and it's like there's Jaws, or like there's the flash flood, and all those trams are riding around. It's the coolest thing ever.
1979. Back then, the tram drivers were a little reckless and crazy. There was no restriction on cars going in. We used to drive all over and kind of do anything that we could.
I have so many amazing memories of the lot when we were shooting Back to the Future.
Being here brings me back in time, I'll tell you that. The tram would come through.
All right, guys, looks like we just got the thumbs up, so we're heading out of here. But I need everyone to do me a huge favor. I need everyone to turn to the left, raise your hands up high, and wave goodbye. Everybody's still in line. Goodbye, everybody. We're heading out and on our way. Now, once again, guys, my name is Julian. I'll be your guide. I am not the driver. I'm facing you. It's a little tough driving backwards. I know from experience. So instead, we have a driver on board with us. His name's Miller. Everyone say hi, Miller. Miller's going to drive us around the studio lot today, making sure we get from point A to point B safe and soundly. And we also have a very special co-host with us, who you might recognize from The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon. It's Jimmy Fallon.
Oh, hey there. You made it. Welcome to the Universal Studio Tour. I'm Jimmy Fallon. I'll be making sure that you get through this experience in one piece. You've got the very best guy,
Julia.
and the greatest driver,
Miller.
They're the best. I love them. Even though
Julia.
they're probably not those. You guys are excited to get on the tour, but first, a few safety rules.
That's right, guys. We do have a few safety rules to go over. First off, if at any point during the tour you need any guest assistance, have a medical emergency, drop sudden value off the side of the tram, or have any sound or video issues, reach up and grab the red cord that runs along the center of the ceiling of the tram, and I'll be back to assist you as soon as it is safe to do so. Otherwise, throughout the entire tour, please stay seated with your arms and legs inside the vehicle at all times. There is no smoking of any kind during the tour, and be prepared. Our tour today does feature loud noises, sudden tram movements, fire and water effects. Have those cameras ready, but keep an eye on them so they don't get wet. And finally, for your safety and those around you, please do not use any selfie sticks while on the tour today. I know that's a bit of a weird one, but just for today, let's put the selfie sticks away. All right, with all that said, we are now leaving the theme park behind, heading down to the studio lot, where the stars come out to work almost every single day. And as we make our way down the hill, you'll notice on both the left and right-hand side, posters from just a few of the thousands of movies we've made over the last 100 years here at Universal Studios. And you guys heard me right, we just say 100 years. We've been making movies a long time. In fact, all the posters are in chronological order. So as we make our way down the hill, we'll be seeing some of our classic films, all the way down to some recent ones, and you might even spot out some of your favorite movies too. Right now we're making our way into the front lot, which is only a small section of our 400-acre property. Down here we have about 28 sound stages where we film a lot of movies, TV shows, commercials, and music videos. But recently we have been filming a lot more TV shows down here than anything else. Down here we're filming shows like Family Feud with Steve Harvey, Brooklyn Nine-Nine with Andy Samberg, and up here on the left we're passing by Stage 12. One of our largest sound stages, and it's where we film NBC's hit singing competition, The Voice, which is already filming and getting ready for its newest season with returning host, as always, Carson Daly.
Hi everybody, I'm Carson Daly from NBC's The Voice. I want to welcome you to the Universal Front Lot. Our show is filmed on stage 12. It happens to be the largest soundstage on the Universal lot. Take a look.
As you guys just saw, stage 12 has been home to many iconic sets of movie history, including Dracula's Castle, Frankenstein's Lab, the Visitor Center from Jurassic Park, and even Scarface's Mansion. But while we're down here on the front lot, we'll be passing by quite a few sound stages, and what's really busy out here on the front lot, one thing we gotta keep our eyes out for are these little red lights called wigwag lights. I know, cute name. But if those lights are flashing, that means cameras are rolling inside, and we have to go into what's known as a quiet zone, which just means I get off mic as to not interrupt the filming going on. But since it is a weekend, there's not a lot of filming and activity happening here on the front lot, so you don't have to worry too much about that. But as we continue forward and coming up here on the left, we're already passing by stage 21, which is one of 3 sound stages where we filmed Superstore for NBC. Now, the entire show takes place within a bottle store, and the entire store has to be built inside 3 different sound stages. Stage 21 is one of them. We just passed by stages 17 and 16. All 3 are home to Superstore on NBC, starring America Ferrera and Feldman and comedian Nico Santos.
It's hard to believe what's some patience for one another. You know, they keep makes us all that. Your face is made of good.
Now out here on the front lot, many of our sound stages have been home to many different TV shows. Like over here on the right, we're passing by stage 29, which used to be the home of Family Feud with Steve Harvey, and it was also the location of the Stranger Things lanes during the Halloween Horror Nights last year. And I don't know if you guys have heard yet, Stranger Things is making a comeback this year for the next season. Coming up ahead here on the right, we have stages 41 and 42, where we used to film the Mindy Project with Mindy Kaling, but now it's where we filmed The Good Place, starring Christina Hendricks, Mae Whitman, and Rita, who you may recognize from Parks and Recreation. Now out here on the front lot, out here on the front lot, you never know what or who we're going to see, and I'm looking ahead, have your cameras ready, because guys, up ahead, we have a very special guest hanging out and waiting for us to say hello. Right now, like I said, we're passing by stages 41 and 42, and right outside stages 43 and 44, we have some minions hanging out here. Hey guys. It's outside, and stage 44 is also where we filmed The Good Place, starring Ted Danson and Kristen Bell on NBC.
You and your shots are just location. I've never ever seen this. You're in The Good Place.
I'm not supposed to be here. I can't risk going to the bad place.
Maybe it's not all that bad. What is the bad place?
Well, it doesn't sound awesome.
Right up here on the left-hand side, we'll be passing by our bungalows, which all serve as production offices for our writers, directors, producers, and even some actors and companies like Illumination have their own offices out here as well. Illumination have brought you films like Despicable Me, Minions, and The Secret Life of Pets 2.
With every movie that we make at Illumination, the heart of the film is to find its characters. And with pets, their universality is undeniable. Working on a sequel, we've really strived for absolute discovery and freshness.
Now, before we leave the front lot behind, I do want to point out stages 22 and 23 up here on the left. These are 2 of our newest sound stages that NBC has been getting a lot of use out of. They filmed shows in there like America's Got Talent, World of Dance with Jennifer Lopez, and Will and Grace, starring Deborah Messing, Eric McCormick, Megan Mullally, and Sean Hayes.
And Station Fever has just an ordinary tourist from the Midwest. You too. What part? Bishop. So depends on concert. Who were the fighting Caucasians?
Now, they actually shot that scene out here on our Metro sets, which is short for Metropolitan, because as you're about to see, we can build any major metropolitan city out here on the back lot. We can make it look like LA, New York, Chicago, Seattle, anywhere in the world, and it's all split up into different sections to look like different parts of the major city. This first area we're going to enter into, up here on the right, is known as Brownstone Street. Over there is where Kevin hid away from the wet bandits in Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. It's also where Snoop Dogg joined comedians Jim Burr and Dave Chappelle in Half Baked. And it's where Jim Carrey and Jennifer Aniston lived in Bruce Almighty.
Place the door!
Beautiful indeed. Out here on the back lot, we like to reuse our sets over and over again. We can decorate them to look like the past, present, future, and sometimes even all three. Right now we've entered into Courthouse Square. You guys might recognize this place a lot better as Hill Valley from Back to the Future. And over there on the left, that is the famous clock tower that lightning strikes to send Marty McFly and his time-traveling DeLorean back to the future. Now, it may look very different out here, as it should, because they did build the facade in front of the clock tower to purposefully make the building seem slightly different. After the success of Back to the Future, the building became so recognizable that in order to use it for other films and TV shows, we had to change a few things here and there. And this area has been used in other movies, not just Back to the Future Part 1, 2, and 3. It's also been seen in Psycho 2, To Kill a Mockingbird, Bruce Almighty, and one of my favorite holiday horror films, Gremlins, as well.
The back lot of Courthouse Square that inspired the entire climax of Back to the Future.
I had seen something in the clock tower on that ledge. There's a ledge on that line. And I was standing inside looking at the ledge, and I already had to go there. No evidence. That was a picture of fun. Of course, I had a table.
Now, as you can see, we've left the small town of Hill Valley behind and have made our way down to the Big Apple. Welcome to New York Street. This is where we film a lot of big movies, like Transformers with Shia LaBeouf, Captain America, The First Avenger with Chris Evans, and most recently we've used this area for the film Rim of the World, a Netflix original movie that filmed out here on the lot, all about 4 young kids trying to survive an alien invasion. They actually had this entire street looking like it was just destroyed, with debris and cars flipped over, looking like it was just attacked by aliens. And since we are here in our little version of New York, I think the best person to talk a little bit more about this place would be my co-host, Jimmy Fallon.
Hey everyone, welcome to New York! I got my start right here in New York on Saturday Night Live. This is actually my old neighborhood. What's got mugged over there? An old woman. Tough lady. This is my favorite hot dog guy. Hey buddy, how's it going? Remember me? No. Just like old times. Gotta love New York City. Hey, I'm walking here! Hey, it's cool guys. I was just walking there. So it's not exactly New York, but a lot of times when you see New York in the movies, it was shot right here on the Universal Metro sets. If you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. Even if you make it here on the Universal lot.
And we definitely have made it here. Tons of movies, TV shows, commercials, music videos, you name it, have been shot on these city streets. You actually might recognize some of these buildings from shows like Brooklyn Nine-Nine with Andy Samberg and Terry Crews. We continue to film the LA regionals for American Ninja Warrior right here on the back lot. They build an entire obstacle course up and down this street and have competitors and athletes run through, competing for some big prizes. And we've even done live events out here, like Hairspray Live on NBC, with Kristen Chenoweth, Harvey Firestein, Ariana Grande, Jennifer Hudson, and Martin Short. Now all the buildings you're going to see today, not just here on the Metro sets, but throughout the back lot, what we call facades, which are just the front and sides of a building, because we only build what the camera's going to see. If the camera can't see it or film it, we don't build it. Now, some of the buildings have been converted to what we call practical sets, meaning they have a full interior, so you can actually walk inside some of these buildings and film interior scenes, like the saloon here on the screen. But we normally like to save those shots for inside of a sound stage, which is a lot more controlled environment. In there, you don't have to worry about planes flying overhead or cars driving by and interrupting any filming going on. And especially you don't want to worry too much about the studio tour passing by either, because sometimes...
One time I took a drink that said, "Please stop me from my coffee place." My name's not Lisa.
Sometimes they just don't want loud noises interrupting the filming going on. But here on the Metro sets and throughout the back lot, you may think a lot of these buildings are made of brick and stone, but they're made of plywood and plaster, really lightweight material, a lot easier for us to decorate.